I wonder, was I born to be a man? I know some about your suffering, and I wonder, was I born to break your heart in the end? But if I leave you now, I know I will regret it. Now I know.
We put an ad on Craigslist.
No.
That's false. But I answered this question seriously last time, so I figured it was better to make something up. I don't know. We just, we formed a band in San Francisco. We were all living there, and it was just it was good chemistry. These guys had jammed in college together, and it was just, it's weird playing in a band. And I played with other musicians, but it's really kind of all about chemistry, and and it just kind of worked. I don't really know how to explain it. I don't really know why. It just we worked in the sense that we enjoy playing together, and we kind of get each other.
It's like that Detroit Pistons team. They beat the Lakers.
Like we can finish each other's sentences.
Yeah, exactly. Remember when the Lakers lost and they had Malone and Payton?
And
they were like
doing that Gollum thing.
And they're like,
see, we're just thinking the same thing. We recorded the record for a month in San Francisco. San Francisco is a very beautiful natural city, and we were probably in the worst section of it, is referred to as the Tenderloin affectionately. But
the loin, if you will.
It was nice because there were no distractions, because leaving the studio would involve perhaps getting mugged. So we did it we recorded for about a month with this great guy Tom Schick, who's worked with artists that are far better and more successful than we are. And man, we had a blast. We did most of the record actually live, so it was really cool. We would kind of the goal of it was just to from Tom's perspective, was just to keep us relaxed and get the best performance out of it. So it was very much like, you guys, we could talk about every last detail of everything, or you guys could play your music and I could record it. And after a few days of us trying to control things, we let go and just said, what, you're right. So yeah, it was a really good philosophy. Studio can be you can get very heady and overthink stuff. So working with Tom was just so great, 'cause that kind of all went out the window, and it's just all about getting performance. Well, they had actually given us a great chance over at South by Southwest 3 or 4 years ago, and I don't know, just we sort of started a relationship with them, and it kind of didn't feel like this thing with all the other labels we met. It was this such an official thing. We'd play a showcase or be in this environment where it was you guys better perform kind of well, and with them it was just much more natural. So it's kind of yeah, you want to do a record, okay, and then of course contracts always take longer than you want them to, but other than that, it was just pretty much hanging out with them and doing a record with them.
We recorded in Seattle, and it was a really fun experience. We thought we'd just throw a bunch of concepts together that borderline made sense, and then execute that so it made sense a little less. And then
you're taking way too much credit for this video.
And then
my favorite thing about it is that the kid that was in it, he's had two legit. Well, as if you call the video our video legit, but check this out. The kid was also in a zombie movie, and he got his brains eaten. And I was telling him that was one of my. I don't want to be an actor. I just want to be an extra in a zombie movie and either devour somebody or be devoured. And he's already done it, and he's 12. So that was pretty humbling. It was a humbling experience.
Yeah, he was pretty precocious. He would we talked about we were talking about music, and he was like. He was like, I am just so pissed at John Lennon for messing up the Beatles. I was like, you're 12 and John Lennon's dead. Wow. Wow, you're really way more passionate about that than I am. I don't know.
Oh, that someone's still writing that?
I'm trying.
Who wrote the last one about Scores? That was hilarious, dude.
Scores. We had such a good time at Scores, man. Scores. We all loved it. Dave wasn't there because he was in Mexico eating tacos, I guess.
And he hates children.
And yeah, he's. You don't want to know
I'm not
about.
allowed to be in
you don't want to know.
Children.
You don't want to know about his dungeon. Screwed up. But in reality, what it was. No, we.
Yeah. Look, I had this thing for Roman Polanski when I was a kid, and there's this weird, transference of love, crazy psychological stuff that goes on, and now I can't be in a room with kids.
Yeah,
they didn't know who Roman Polanski was till he found out that he was that. Yeah.
That's kind of sad.
That's not true.
I'm just kidding.
No, it was we.
No, he was just absolved of that. It was just for research.
Yeah.
That's what Pete Townsend said.
Yeah, that's true. sorry, Pete.
We should get
Like Pete's watching. Sorry, Pete, but I really like your work. The scores thing was great. The kids were, I don't know. Pete actually put this into words when we did it, and I think it's really true. Is like the coolest thing about working with kids is they're just like, hey, you know, let's put purple bananas in there, and you're like, great, yeah, we're gonna do that, and they're really behind it, and they just like, there's no like, is this cool? Is this gonna make sense? It's just like, we're gonna do this. And we're gonna sing our hearts out and play percussion off rhythm and like run into each other, and it just kicks butt. Like it's just like, it's not like, you know, when you're in a band, like there's so much more. And we're pretty spontaneous when we write stuff, but I mean that was like an exercise in like making you feel way less spontaneous than you really are. You know, you're just like, they just had a really good time.
I look forward to playing the drums, which is convenient because that's my instrument.
Just being able to play music on stage is just fun. It's great. I mean, we kind of, all our live shows are slightly different than what we do in the studio, or even when we're practicing. We kind of, you know, we'll play certain parts a little longer, change things a little bit, and it's just really fun to sort of work with the other guys in the band and dynamically, you know, make each show a new thing, and it's just really fun.
No, I actually really like. I like when we don't have a set list, and like what he was saying, I'm gonna put this down here.
I just wanted to talk about
I like it. You know, the more it's a spontaneous environment. It feels like, you know, I like recording, but I've always preferred like just kind of playing and not thinking as much about it, which is like a practice / live thing where you play the song once, and if something goes weird or like somebody's chord breaks, you just deal with it. And like sometimes some really cool moments can come out of that. And like we've changed songs because of, you know, minor catastrophes. And that's to me that's like one of the cool things about music is it's just there. You can't see it, you can't feel it. It exists like only in the moment. And sometimes those moments can be really cool when you're, you know, playing live off the crowd and so on and so forth. And I'm rambling, so I'm passing it to you.
No, I thought it was a really good answer.
Thank you.
Spoke to me as well. Anyways, kind of along the same lines, like I kind of like oddly like how kind of humbling and challenging it is. Like, you know, it's like kind of the butterflies in your stomach that you kind of feed off of, and some nights you're totally in that moment and you're in that zone, and like everything is like, you know, it's like clairvoyance. It's just everything's working and clicking, and then, you know, you sort of fool yourself into thinking, oh, I got it. I figured this whole music thing out. Like I figured it out. Like I'm never gonna play a bad show again. Like I know, like I know how to sing and play, and then you can go up another night and maybe you're trying to recapture it to the last night, or maybe you get too heady, but you know, it's just like, and it can go like it can go totally south. But I don't know. It's just kind of a great feeling though. Like, you know, because then the next day you're kind of like, all right, like, yeah, I'm a beginner's mind. Like, yeah, I always like constantly feel like a beginner, and like there's something just so wonderful about that. And so like tonight I got music. Music got me tonight though. Like, you know, I don't know. It's cool.
We're laying low. We're gonna finish some new songs, and if we can find a tour that we want to do, we'll do that. But you know, in the meantime, just keep playing music. You know, gotta work on my day job as a you know, X-ray filing technician. I could take that thing, put it right in Brazil anytime you want. Don't even worry about it. But they offered me like $17 an hour here at the Prime Steakhouse.
That's really good. That's really good.
To polish their silverware, and I don't make that for sitting in a cube, so I'm thinking that I might just move to this fine place that we're at in Utah.
You're a very good interviewer because you tell us that we've done good, and I think it makes us continually want to do good for you.
Good job.
Thank you. For doing a good job, I'd like to thank my girlfriend, my brother, Orestes, my mom, Lauralee, my father, Orestes, and the guys
And his cousin, Orestes.
who tremendously supported. And the Golden Globe goes to...
It's stronger than the